didn't just want the weight loss anymore. I wanted to feel strong. I've never considered myself a strong person. I wanted to look strong. I didn't want to feel skinny fat. I wanted to have muscles, feel them and see them. I wanted to boost my metabolism. I wanted to understand food more and explore my relationship with it further. I wanted to continue losing fat and building muscle, not just losing weight and maintaining weight loss. Life is so short, and becoming stronger and having better energy just gives you more opportunity to enjoy every minute of it. My views, routines, opinions about fitness and all that comes with it have changed so much from year to year, as they should. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm evolving, and I've talked about it across my channel, but here's a dedicated video kind of about the biggest shift lately. We need to talk more about it. Very long story short, I gained a bunch of weight, I didn't exercise, I didn't eat well. I discovered the 12 through 30. I started losing weight. I started evolving my relationship with food, with exercise, etc. Then I maintained that progress, that weight loss, and my whole life changed. Let's be real. I created a new lifestyle and I'm so proud of it. But looking back, I really had like a mainly cardio approach for far too long. I love cardio, it has its place. I always talk about how great the 12 through 30 is because you can customize it to your difficulty level, you can multitask during it, such a low barrier to entry. It is great for anyone who wants to start working out. However, it is cardio, right? It's walking. It's walking uphill, so there's resistance, which is amazing. But cardio only is just not the most beneficial. Let's be real, it's just not. And it took me a really long time to realize that, but through trial and error, you kind of have to learn things on your own. It takes time, and I don't regret anything, but why do I no longer just do cardio? When you want to lose weight, chances are you really want to lose fat, right? I wish we kind of would veer away from the term weight loss, and I still use it, right? But that's because everyone else uses it. If I start only saying fat loss, well, it's not what the average person uses, even though we're probably talking about the same thing. But remember, cardio burns calories. Calories can be fat, they can also be muscle, they can be various things. Cardio helps you if you want to be in a calorie deficit, right? Which means you are burning more than you're taking in. Keep in mind, you burn calories at rest and stuff too. Your basal metabolic rate, you don't only burn calories when you're doing cardio, but it's great for that deficit. And someone who's new to fitness, their mind probably goes right towards cardio. That's kind of how I was. I felt like I had to sweat. I had to be moving a ton, like high energy, crazy, like that's what working out was. I mean, that's what it was to me at the time. That's what made sense in my brain. And that's okay, because we just aren't taught a lot about this stuff unless we take our own personal journeys and want to learn about it ourselves. And although I dropped pounds, which was great, I did drop a lot of fat, right? Over time, I kept feeling skinny fat. That's a term you may have seen online before. It's basically like you're small, you're skinny, but you don't look muscular, you don't look toned, you still have like a good layer of fat on you, and a lot of times too much cardio can just lead to that. And that's okay if that's all you feel like doing, all you want, whatever. But the more I got into this, the more I wanted to, like I said in the beginning, get stronger and look stronger. Like I wanted muscle, I didn't just want to burn calories. And you know what you need to do if you want to build muscle? Well, obviously, strength train. Weight train. You need to be doing something that challenges your muscles, not just your endurance. Strength training can be lifting weights. It can be Pilates. It can be different types of things. It doesn't mean you have to go in the gym and deadlift all day. I feel like that's a very big perception of a beginner. That's kind of what I thought back in the day, and that's just not what we need to think is the only answer when you think, oh, I need to be strength training. Well, you know what though? Strength training not only builds your muscles, it does help you lose fat. It's so good for your metabolism. And the more I learn about it, the more I want to do that so much more over just cardio. Again, cardio will always have its place, always. It's good to get your heart rate up. You can do that while you're doing strength as well, but cardio is great to get your heart rate up. It's great to burn calories, get moving. That is always a good thing. I will never shame that or bash on that, especially because that's kind of my roots, right? Like I'm not gonna talk crap about that. But starting this past summer, I've really put more of an emphasis on strength training. I have equipment at my house, which is amazing. So I haven't dealt with the whole fear of a gym as a beginner thing just yet. I will come January when I move, and I'll take you through it. We can do it together. I know going to the gym is a very scary thing. I haven't set foot in a gym in like 6 or 7 years, and I will be scared. And it's scary when you don't feel like you know what you're doing, but little by little, I've slowly got more and more into weights. I started honestly only by doing like 2 days of not a lot at all for a few weeks in the very, very beginning, but that's okay. I always talk about starting off slow in your journey, and that goes for this too. That's totally fine. You don't need to go all in, right? All or nothing is just the worst mindset to have anyway, and that applies to this too. But over time, I've learned a ton, I've researched a ton, and I do feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm able to go up in weights, which tells me I'm doing better, I'm getting stronger. The scary part to that though is I've also gone up on the scale. But as you may know from my other videos as well, I'm a pretty big anti-scale girly. Like, fuck the scale. Like, what is it really? I don't know. I'm trying to grow muscle, so of course I'm gonna be gaining weight. Muscle is heavy. Muscle is more dense. And when you are on a muscle building journey, chances are you are gonna gain a little bit of fat with it, but that's okay. Part of the process. And that's why a lot of people do like a bulking phase and a cutting phase, but we're not gonna get into that today. That's too much for now. This is about the transition and why I'm so happy with it. So I've been doing this for a few months. I am not on a specific plan. I'm just doing kind of what I know. And because of that, I don't have any crazy physical results yet. You know, I'm not like ripped. And I really wanna buy a plan so that I can follow something that works from someone who's credentialed. But right now, the most progress I've seen is my learning, my form, just all of those things that are also very, very important. I also see way different benefits, like I'm becoming slowly by the day, more of a morning workout person, and I love that. I never used to want to work out in the morning, but I think it was just because since I always did cardio, I didn't want to like wake up and go downstairs and just like exert all this energy and endurance and sweat so much. Like I was just never in the mood for that. But now that I wake up and I know that I have to like warm up and then just use my muscles, which is hard, it is not easy at all, but it's a different kind of workout that's almost just easier mentally for me. I get more excited to do it. And yes, it's newer, that could be part of it, but I feel like it's way easier to get to working out when I'm doing those type of workouts versus just so much cardio at one time. Even though it's hard and you're using your muscles and you're trying to go all in whatever, it's almost more calming in my head versus a ton of cardio and like panting on the treadmill and stuff like that. So that's why it's just so different in my schedule and on my mental in that sense. And I'm such a morning person, which is weird to me that I never wanted to work out in the mornings, but that's becoming more of a goal, more realistic, and more of what I actually want to do with this switch and transition. Other things I've noticed too are just energy. I used to take naps all the time and I have not taken a nap in a while. Or how I eat. I burn through food so much faster, and they say that weight training helps your metabolism. Well, I can actually feel that. It's not just something I've read, it's something I've experienced, and when my research aligns with how I feel, it's the greatest feeling because it's like, okay, I'm doing things right. I'm getting somewhere with this. It's a new journey, but like I know I'm actually making progress and like I'm going somewhere, and I like it. I really, truly enjoy it. And it is something I wish I would have tried way long ago, but I didn't, and that's fine. I don't regret it. But if I could recommend anything to you, it's number one, I mean, try out the 12-30 because that's like what created me. But also, you gotta do strength training. You just gotta. Another thing is I do follow different fitness influencers, and we know social media is fake. We know things can be edited, posing, whatever. And I try my hardest to be very transparent and relatable because I'm just an average girly, right? Like I'm not ripped like these crazy people I follow or like anything like that. Like I'm just trying to be out here learning and growing and sharing my experience and sharing what I've learned and helping you along the way, just how I'm helping myself. But of course, there's people I look up to online. And I do think I look up to them in an inspirational way, not a comparison way. Because I know they have so much more experience than me. They look way different from me. Their routines are way different from mine. Like I don't compare myself because I know I'm just not where they are and I don't have that experience. And I think that's very important. You know, you can't compare your page 1 to someone's page 400. That's just the reality we need to remind ourselves. However, something I noticed is all these people I looked up to, well, what were they doing? They were doing strength. Like they all strength train, and it was such a big part of all of their routines. Working out will never be a one size fits all, but I slowly learned that strength is just necessary. Again, you can lift weights, you can do Pilates, there is variety. But also just seeing like women out there in the gym, like lifting heavy and working hard and doing these things, just like, I don't know, it was just very inspiring and very eye-opening and very, I was like, hey, like, why can't I do that? I can do that, right? And like I said, I've never considered myself to be a strong person. Like I've never been weak. You know, I did sports and stuff growing up, but I was never the best. I was never the worst, but I was never the best. I never felt as good as I could be either. But you know, it's never too late to become that, to actually feel strong and to get into those things. Even though I'm not, you know, like lifting people anymore like I did in high school through cheerleading and stuff, like it's just never too late to want to become the strongest version of yourself or the fittest version, or even just start this, just explore this. Like I keep talking from a beginner perspective because I still consider myself a beginner, right? I've learned so much, but I'm still a beginner and I'm still learning every single day. And that's not to say that experts don't learn every single day, but you also don't have to want to do these things to become this like crazy bulky muscular person or be in those competitions. Like that's not what I'm saying, but I wanted to get into this for me, right? There's a reason that people are in the gym lifting heavy weights, you know, like there's a reason people do that. It works, and it's, I don't know, like the more I learned about it, the more it just felt kind of magical to me. Building lean muscle mass is one of the best things you can do for your body. It's great for your bones, it's great for aging, and building muscle is hard. Like it takes a really long time, and that's why I'm so patient with myself, and I do give myself that grace, and I know that I am a beginner and I'm not gonna know how to do everything. I'm so open to people like giving me feedback, and that's why I'm so appreciative for all the nice comments I get in my videos that are literally just helping me, because like I'm out here doing this for myself, but I also am sharing it with you because also I want to help you, and it's like this community is helping me and that goes into me helping you. It's just like a circle of love. I don't know. I just can't emphasize enough the difference that I feel in just so many ways. It is just so empowering for anyone, but honestly, especially as a woman, like I just feel different, and I think it's so cool for all these girly pops to be out there just doing this thing, you know? Also, my like really big beginning and story and opening to the kind of fitness world, right, was about weight loss. And strength training is such a good tool to weight loss. Like I said in the beginning, cardio, yes, it burns calories, which is always good for you, but so does strength. Like strength helps lose fat. And I mean, in my opinion, it's better in the long run because when you have more muscle on your body, you burn more calories at rest. So you're just constantly burning more. I feel like my attitude towards working out is the best it's ever been. I feel like my relationship with food is the best it's ever been. I feel like my just desire for improvement is also at an all-time high. I wouldn't say mental health has changed because I've been working out for so long, even though the types of workouts have changed. Like, working out is just so good for your mental health, period, regardless of what the workout is. It's just always good for you. It releases endorphins. It's always good for you. And my big thing is always trying to break the barrier. Like, I don't want people to think if they're a beginner or if they're trying to lose weight or if they don't know what they're doing that they can't do this stuff and they can't feel strong and they can't, I don't know, like go like pick up a weight. Like, that's just not how it is. And I feel like there's such a stigma and a barrier, and I want kind of like my evolution to be a tool for you to understand and see how important this is and why you should not only start working out, but like pick up a weight. I will say currently I do one specific dedicated cardio day and I try to lift 4 days a week. Again, I don't follow a plan. This can change a lot, and I plan to buy a plan when I go to the gym and move in January so that I can use different equipment. I'll have a different experience, and I'm so thankful and lucky that I have stuff at home. It's really amazing, but it will be nice to kind of have someone else tell me what to do and then, you know, make sure I'm hitting certain muscles at the most beneficial frequency and just different things like that according to my goals and stuff like that. But that's what I've been working on, and the more I've been experimenting with this, the more I love it, the more I'm getting better, the more I'm learning. It's just crazy. Like, I really love the 12-3-30. I do, and every time I talked about it, like, I was so passionate about it that I felt like I was selling you on it, right? Like, not like literally, because it doesn't have anything to do with money, but now I feel that way about strength. Like, I want to sell you about it because I just feel so much passion towards it, and I just feel like it's this crazy magical thing that, like, why didn't I know about this earlier? Now I do. I guess that's all I can be thankful for, right? But this is a big significant transition throughout my past few years, and I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about it because it is really important, significant, meaningful. Like, it changes my life and my lifestyle and my goals and a lot around, and I know a lot of you are big fans of a lot of walking too. I mean, it's so good for you. Never stop moving, never stop walking, never stop doing that stuff. But my new advice is pick up a weight. And it's okay to change. It's okay to evolve. It's okay to continue learning and try new things. And I didn't want to feel like, because I was so, yes, the incline walking, yes, the weight loss, whatever, because I was so rooted in that, I just wanted to address it so that I could, I don't know, maybe selfishly like feel better about changing. And the whole walking thing, I feel like is a little bit more relatable than like becoming a gym girly, because that sounds so scary. But this is a big change, and I want you to come with me on it, right? It's important to talk about these things, it's important to address it, and it's a big change for me. So, I don't know, I feel like I need to tell you about it. Like, you've been with me for a while, and it's important that you're up to date and you're hopefully understanding and excited for me and wanting to learn with me and continuing to evolve with me. This like feels like a big change, and maybe I'm making a bigger deal than it really is, I don't know, but I just felt like I needed a good dedicated chat. Like, why not? And I want to continue the chat in the comments and in my other videos, and I've been talking about weights for months now in my other videos, but I guess I've never really like sat down and just talked about like, yeah, I'm a little different now. I'm a little bit changed. I just hope I'm not losing that like beginner relatability factor, because walking is such a low barrier to entry, and like I said, weights sound scarier, but they're so important for you. And I hope this is inspiring, and I don't know, just thanks for being here, and thank you for continuing to be here, hopefully. I love you, and I'm rooting for you as always, and I know you're rooting for me too, and that means a lot. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Just do it. Subscribe, it's free. And I hope to see you in my next one.